Hello, Dave Kenworthy here again, 23rd of the 9th, 2021. Yesterday we looked at the Giza Great Pyramid and the modern meter, and today we're going to look at the ancient meter. And we're going to look at some of the findings of Charles Magner. So the ancient meter is Berriman's unit of 39.375, which has got 54 digits in it, and that's the length of the digit. And when we multiply it by 921.6, we get this number 36288. And when we divide that by 1760, we get this cubit. And this cubit is derived from a digit of 0.729 using Berriman's calculation of the Royal Egyptian cubit. Now, when we compare this with what we looked at yesterday, the modern meter is 39.37 inches. Multiply that by 921.6. we get this number of inches in the Giza base, 36283.4. And we take that away from that, we find a difference of 4.608 inches. We divide that into that, we get 7875, and we get 7874 divided into that. So the ratio between the ancient and modern meter, when the modern meter is 39.37 inches, is 7875 to 7874. When we divide that by 1760, we get this cubit. And Petrie is telling us that the length of the cubit at the Giza base is approximately 20.62. And these two cubits are falling well within that definition. He also tells us he thinks it might be 20.611, so we can see that we're both inside the range there. And Charles Magner, who's turning out some amazing stuff in response to my videos, and thank you for it, Charles, I really appreciate it. He says, "Hello Dave, it is possible that Berriman's finger is Nippur's cubit divided by 28. Well, if you're right about Nippur's cubit being 0.1584 of a meter, then you're absolutely correct about this. You also write this result strangely resembles the length of the nautical mile in meters. Well, the nautical mile, as far as I'm concerned, is 6080 imperial feet. I did consider doing a presentation about this, but I think it's more important to understand what you're telling us. And you're saying the cubit of Nippur corresponds in meters to the megalithic height gauge divided by 4. That is to say 20736 divided by 4. And there is this 5184 or 0.5184 that you're talking about. So you're giving me these figures, and I'm very grateful for them. So I take a look at them, and what do I find? What meter is Charles using? He's using 39.375 because in centimeters, 100 divided by 39.375 is 2.53968254. And when we multiply that by 0.729, which is Berriman's number one digit, we get this number here, which is what you're telling me the ancients were using. And it's interesting because I'm an Englishman and I'm working in inches, and you're a Frenchman and you're working in centimeters. So we're both coming at this problem from our own perspectives, which is fantastic. And what we can do is we can marry up my perspective and yours, and for once the English and the French have got something they can agree about, which I'm very happy about. And this is the calculation. Charles is using the meter of 39.375, and we can calculate the Giza base in inches and meters using this qubit. So 0.729, it's 20 of these digits multiplied by root 2, which is 140 divided by 99, gives a royal qubit in Berryman's calculations, which is this 20.6181818, and we've got that up here. There it is there. So we come back down, we multiply that by 1760 and we get this 36288. That's the imperial calculation from Angleterre. And when we multiply that by 100 divided by 39.375, we get this unit that Charles has given us, which is here. And in his response to me, it's here. So we use the same procedure. That times 20 times root 2 gives that. And we divide that by 17.6 and we get 921.6 meters in the Giza base, which is exactly the same as that 36288. And that 36288 is this. It's 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 divided by 10. How fantastic is that? So let's finally go back and see Charles is using this 20.736. We can get that to 20.736 by multiplying by 176 over 175, well-known ancient Egyptian ratio. Charles is using the meter, I'm using the imperial inch. And to scale down, we have to divide by 100 in the calculation to get the 921.6 meters in the Giza base. When we divide that by that, we get the meter. La France, 921.6. Angleterre, 36288. We're working on the same page, and it's very refreshing to be able to do this after what's happened recently. And before lockdown, I spent some time in France, and it's a fantastic place. And I went to Karnak and had a fabulous time. And in future presentations, I'll be looking at the calculation that we can derive from the work that Tom did at Karnak, and we can produce the calculation for root 3, and it involves these numbers. So for now, that's it, but thank you for watching, and we'll continue this hopefully tomorrow.